Hello adventurers! I just wanted to make a video on farming in the desert. I previously made videos for farming routes, but that was more for people who were already familiar with the desert. So what I wanted to do is kind of use this as a bit of an intro video for newer players and then give some tips as well as like what I think that you should be doing first. And then also why is the desert so important in general? So I'm mostly going to be going over the intro phases of the desert and what to do in those intro phases. But then also I'll be showing you a handful of different farming routes. So you can try them out, kind of see which one works best for you. Those routes will give you a lot of Edana's coins, but I'll get a little bit more into that here in a second. But I'll also very briefly touch on what are the important tasks that you need to be doing. So first I wanted to talk about why the desert is so important, and it mostly comes down to a handful of different activities and I guess a few things. So the first thing is Edana's coins, temples, great temples, Tukar Laytenn, Mirages, Blackrock shrines, Blackrock altars, and Trials of Ator passes. So just to kind of knock a few of these out of the way, the first thing that I wanted to talk about were temples. So if you go over here on the map and you go over to the desert, you can see over here on the right side temple information. So you'll just kind of click that. There are 6 normal temples that you have to do, and to unlock them you have to find the hidden quests. What I would recommend is going to like a Discord channel, so like Black Desert Mobile. You can ask there what the temples are, the hidden quests, or like go to like your guild and ask them, or even ask in like server chat. These are normally pretty easy to do, pretty simple. I'm going to be putting an image on the screen that kind of shows like what this month's are, and then from now on in my Discord channel what I'll be doing is I'll be setting up like a bot to answer like what are these hidden tasks. So this is normal temples. This was actually simplified pretty recently where you only have to do 6, but the great temples, to unlock those you have to do these exploration logs. So I think to unlock all of them you have to do 15 in total. The ones that I recommend doing are the excavation tasks, defeat Laytenn, defeat monsters of your choice, and then complete the normal temples. So here at the bottom you can kind of see that I've done some excavations. These are really easy to do. Most of the time, like one of these hidden quests is going to be excavation anyways, so you'll have to be doing that while you're doing desert. But then also defeat monsters, like find whatever monster that you're killing and like eventually you'll complete this task. So that's another free one. Once you've done all of these, you will unlock the great temples, and these are also pretty good. They're basically buffed up versions of the normal temples, but the reason why temples are so good in general is just because they give you a lot of different resources. So like you could get lightstone fragments, you could get relic fragments, but the major thing that I actually really like from them are these Trials of Ator passes. So these right here, these are really good, and that kind of segues into the next thing, which is Trials of Ator. So the Trials of Ator passes, you're probably familiar with them just because you had to do them during your main quest, or you also had to do them during your seasonal character. But these passes are so good for your account, so you'll get a lot of CP out of them, but then also you'll get a lot of these totems. And then you'll also get some of these rune chests. These are only Elyon rune chests, but they're still good. You'll also get magical essence, relic fragments, boss fragments, and these refined black crystals. But again, this is really good for your CP progression. What I recommend doing is just do multiplier 1 all the way until you can't go any further. So for me, I'm at like 30k CP. I should be able to get to like level 26 or so, and then once you're there, just like use all of your passes. You'll get a lot of silver from this as well, so this is really good. And then as you can see, there's knowledge XP from this increase whenever your level's a little bit lower like mine, so you'll get a lot of CP just to catch up. So this is really nice. So the next thing that I wanted to briefly touch on were mirages. So again, if you go over back to your map, go to the desert, you can see there are mirages right here. So you can come across these different mirages while you're in the Great Desert. The map is always the same. Like all of these spawns are pretty much the same, just from what I've seen. I'll be putting another one of those images on screen here in a second. So the major things that you're looking for as rewards though is going to be the chaos crystal, and then like these other two are just whatever. But these mirages, you can adjust the difficulty based on which map you're on. So you can either do Emir, Torme, or Shazad, which I have not unlocked Shazad yet on this account. But once you do these mirages, I think this is a really good way to get chaos crystals, and to actually get the materials you need to access them, you'll have to do these exploration logs. So every time that you complete these, you'll get one of them, I do believe, these traces of mirage. So I guess once you've completed in increments of 5, you'll get a lot of them. The rewards are pretty small, but they definitely do add up over time. So again, this is really all you need, and then the map is going to show you where they're at. So that should be on screen. If you want it, just go ahead and pause or like take a screenshot of it. But again, this is like a resource that you can find on Discord, so keep that in mind. So another thing that I wanted to talk about were Edana's coins and Blackrock shrines. So Edana's coins are pretty much the main currency in the Great Desert, and they can be used to make offerings at Blackrock shrines. Blackrock shrines, they have a lot of resources that you need. Like pretty much anything that you need to progress your CP, Blackrock shrine will give you. So it's a great way to get chaos crystals, boss stamps, ancient tablets, magical essence, dark coins, abyssal dark energy chests, and chaos cores. So I have to be honest with you right here. I may or may not have an image on the screen for like which ones you can have, but there was a recent update where they changed the drops for it, and then also like the cost of the coin. So I don't actually know what they are right off the top of my head. They used to have Volks, so like the things that you use to enhance your gear. I don't know if they're still in there, so it's actually been a while since I've done this, but I would assume that they are still part of the drop table. So these shrines can spawn randomly, but also after doing Tukar Laytenn, which spawns on Monday, there's going to be a shrine that that spawns. So if you do it while the world boss is actually spawned, and like there's going to be a ton of people there, once it's been defeated, there's going to be a shrine. All you have to do is offer to the Blackrock shrine, and then but while you're there, you won't be using any water, so that's really nice. And normally these rewards that drop from him are like the best, but again, I don't know what it looks like after the update, but I would assume it's probably still the best rewards that you can get. So with all of that being said, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was farming for Edana's coins. Before I start, I really highly recommend having a ferry. And then there's a few skills that the ferry has that that's gonna make your farming experience a lot better. And I don't mean experience as in XP gains for your level. I mean like just the user experience for it. So there's 3 skills that I really highly recommend. The first one, which is the highest requirement one, is going to be this Blackrock altar auto offering. So whenever you're killing monsters, there's going to be these Blackrock altars. Those are the things that glow purple. Your fairy will automatically collect that for you. It'll still cost you the stamina to collect them, but it's going to make this a lot easier. You don't have to stop and collect it, you just automatically get the rewards. So at level 1, it's a 2-minute cooldown, but by the time you have it maxed out, it's a 30-second cooldown. So it's very quick, it's very easy. So normally what I do is like I'll kill a spawn, I'll get auto offer, I'll go to another spawn, I actually have to collect that second spawn because I go so fast, and then the third one I auto offer again. So it's really nice. It's a good quality of life buff. So this one's a little bit hard to access. You have to have creative bold trait resonance 6. So if you're newer, you might not have this for a while, but definitely don't worry about it. Like it's not that big of a deal. They didn't even have fairy when desert came out, so this you'll be experiencing it the normal way people had it before. So what you'll need is 360 total trait points in creative and bold. So if you're not too familiar with fairy, or if you haven't unlocked it, I'll have a link in the description below with my fairy video. I'll kind of go over like the requirements and everything that you need to know for this. But the next skill to look at is, well, there's two more skills that I want to look at. So the first one's going to be this one, which is automatically unlocked whenever you first unlock your fairy. So this is extra evasion charge, so +1 evasion charge. This is really nice because whenever you're in the desert, you need your mobility. So normally your evasion skill is like a nice little dash, so it makes you go a little bit faster. So this is really nice. You get it right off the bat, so you can just have it equipped. And then the next one is going to be this one right here, so AP against monsters. So at the max level, you'll be doing an extra 500 AP, or your character will have an extra 500 AP against monsters. So this will kill monsters right around your CP a little bit easier. Overall, this skill, I don't feel that much of a change, but it definitely does help. All you need for this is Resonance 1 for cheerful and friendly, and then obviously you have to unlock the skills before it to unlock it. So you'll have to unlock this one, and then this one, and then you'll need this coral pickup level 1, and then you can unlock this. So just kind of keep that in mind. But then also for Resonance 1, it's super simple. You just need 60 total trait points, so nothing crazy, nothing too bad, but just kind of keep that in mind. So the next thing that I recommend before you start farming for Edana's coins in the desert is purchasing Owl's Blessed Sands. So all you have to do is go to any of these oases while you're in the desert. So where I am right now is Rekshan Oasis. And then you'll go to your NPC list and then go to Catan Soldiers. So just click them, auto path over there. I think you also might be able to get it from the general goods vendor, but I always go to the Catan Soldier just because I know it's there for a fact. And then you'll go to shop. And then what you're looking for are these Owl's Blessed Sands. These are really, really good because they'll remove the movement speed debuff that you get from being in the Great Desert. So this is really good, once again, just for your mobility. Whenever you're trying to attack these monsters, you don't want to be slowed or anything like that. You want to move like normal. So this will make your farming experience feel a lot better. So that's really nice. So make sure that you do that. So for the next thing, these are not necessary, but again, this is just going to make it feel a little bit nicer, and then it'll help you farm for a little bit longer. So the thing that I recommend getting are extra large stamina potions. These are also really nice. So the reason that you need these is because whenever you are killing these monsters and there's a Blackrock altar near them, you're going to be having to use stamina to offer to them. I believe it's 10 stamina per altar. So each one of these potions will get you 25 offers. If you're going to be like farming for a long time, you'll probably need a couple of these. It's not going to cost you a lot, but I just wanted to bring this to your attention because this is a really, really good item just in general. To craft them, you can go to your camp. What you'll need though is a Town Hall tier 8. And then also an alchemy lab level 13. So once you have that, just kind of go in here, go to basic craft, go at the very bottom, and then you can craft these. What I recommend is use a worker that has your highest dexterity, and that'll kind of make it go a little bit faster. And these take a long time, so the faster it goes, the better. So the next thing that I recommend before you start farming for Edana's coins is equip skills that help you with your mobility and your movement, just because you will be going from camp to camp, and then those skills help you go a little bit faster. So some of them are dashes, but also keep in mind every character is different, every class is different. So I'm not going to be telling you like which ones to do, but definitely check out like your skills and kind of see what works best for you. You can kind of like look at them, like it says charge forward or like dashes, but try them out and kind of see what works for you. I really only use Phantasma, and she's pretty mobile sometimes. But there's a lot of different classes that have mobility skills, but these are really, really going to help you get from spawn to spawn and then increase your number of kills, which in turn increase your number of coins that you gain. So just like a quick example is like, I could just be running forward like this, which is a little bit slow, or what I could do is I could dash, but eventually you'll run out of dashes, which again, this is why you'll want that fairy skill. Or what I could do is I could dash, I could use a skill, I could use another skill, I could dash again. So this kind of makes it where you'll go a lot further, a lot faster, and it saves your dashes in general. So dash, skill, and then kind of like hold them and then keep dashing. And by the time you're done with dashing, you should have another mobility skill. So just kind of play around with it and see what gets you the furthest and like what order combination. Again, this is not my main class. I have no idea how he works. I basically just went to the skill tree and I tried them all out, and I was like, okay, these dash, these don't, and I'll leave it at that. So again, just kind of test out your character, but make sure that whenever you do them, turn off the auto use, so that way your character's not dashing while you're killing these mobs. So as soon as you kill the mobs, you collect your Black Rock Altar offering, you'll still have those skills up and available, so you can like turn and burn to the next one. So definitely keep that in mind. So the last thing that I recommend before you actually start farming, which again, you can start farming before you have this, but this is really, really good for the quality of life while you're farming, is I highly recommend getting one of these royal elephants. You can get them a couple of different ways. You can either get them from Field of Valor, so like different difficulties have them, or what you can do is you can go to the market and you can purchase one on the market. So sometimes there's going to be one like already available for you. Just check the market pretty constantly, or you can order one. But these elephants feel so much better than the camel. Your maneuverability is enhanced. You have a speed boost to it, and then you can also excavate while you're on the elephant. So again, if you get it, awesome. It's so much better. It's night and day, the difference between the camel and the elephant. So what I would do is just put an offer into the market and hopefully get one. So with all of this being said, you're pretty much ready to farm. So because you'll finish a seasonal character around 23,000 to 25,000 CP, I just wanted to share some like early spots, but then also some early tips. My first tip would be whenever you're starting to like farm in the desert, my very first thing is make sure that you're killing Aakman Elite Guardians. So I would go and save like a spot. So let's go over there right now. So whenever you're over here at like an Aakman spot, what I would do is just kind of like save a spot on your saved location list. But the reason you want to be defeating these is because you have to get a title, which you get from defeating Aakman, to actually unlock Torme. So I believe that they changed the kill count for this actual title. You should only have to kill like 300 or so of them, and then you'll get that title. But like this is like a good practice place to figure out like, okay, this is like how I can use my skills. This is how the Black Rock Altar actually works. So use this as like a learning experience and kind of keep that in mind. So again, use this as a learning experience and just kind of get a feel for how you should be moving around the desert. Also, make sure that you're using these blessed sands and then using your mobility skills to go from one spawn to another. I'll be showing you like a quick route for Aakman here in a little bit, but the reason you want to start at Aakman again is just because you need that title. And then once you've gotten that title, you'll be prompted to start a story. And then if you do that story, what you'll do is you'll unlock Torme, which is the next difficulty. So this story is super basic, super simple. All you have to do is follow the prompts, and like it's pretty easy. So once you finish this, you'll unlock Torme, and Torme is really good because what it does is it increases the CP of all of the monsters, so it makes them a little bit more difficult, but it also gives you more Edana's coins from drops. It gives you better appraisal items, and then also you'll get more Edana's coins from doing the Black Rock Altar offerings. So just kind of keep that in mind. Like here you can kind of see like, okay, we have like 20,000 CP is about the highest. When you go to Torme though, you'll see that the CP increases, but then also their item tiers increase as well. So if you look at monsters, it goes pretty high in Torme, but then also Shazad is the next difficulty after this, which you have to actually like be able to unlock Shazad. You need like 40,000 CP because you need to attack these monsters right here, but that's for another video and I'll get into that another time. But I really don't recommend farming in Torme until you're around 30k CP. So again, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you a bunch of different routes for Emer, and then whenever you have higher CP, you can pretty much just use those same routes, but in Torme whenever you reach those CPs. Like the ones that I'll be going over is Aakman, Cadry fighters, Muiquun soldiers, and Sandstorm plunderers. There are some other spots like over here at the Elite Crescent cultists, and then also for centaurs, but I'm not going to be touching on those. I'm just going to leave it at the 4. Actually, I'm going to include one for Tanco as well, because Tanco, they have a drop that you really need for your treasure item. So this right here, the ancient seed, this is super nice. So the earlier that you can be farming at Tanco, the better. I don't normally farm there, but it's up to you. Like if you want to farm there to try to get this seed, do that, and then once you have the seed you can try somewhere else. I pretty much find that anything in outlaw zones are going to be better just because the spawn rate is a lot quicker, and then typically like the mobs spawns are a lot closer together, and most of them have a lot of black rock altars. So again, I'll just touch on this one for Aakman, this one for Tanco, and then this one for Sandstorm plunderers. And then my 2 favorite spots are going to be the Muiquun soldiers and the Cadry fighters. So for all of these spots, I'm only going to be doing 10 minutes for them. So I'm not going to be doing like crazy amount of research on which is fastest or like which has the best coins per minute. It's just kind of like, which spot do you like the best? Go ahead and like try them out. Especially for a Mur, you're not going to be seeing a whole lot of difference anyways, but later on it will kind of matter. But the way I see it is, if you like the route and it doesn't feel like crazy tedious for you to do, go ahead and do that one. The one that I do is not the highest coins per minute, but it feels quick and easy for me. But just also keep in mind, I'll be sharing a lot more of these routes here in the future. So if you don't see one that you like, or if you think like there's a better one, let me know in the comments below. And I can try those out. But again, I am not very good on this account, this character. I'm also not good at playing on PC. I would much rather play on my phone and on my main account, but this is a low CP character, so I just kind of wanted to show you like coins per minute for this account. So this is where I'm starting out at, and I'm going to start with Aakman first. So I'm going to record the whole 10 minutes, but I'm going to skip to the very end of it. Just so you don't have to like wait and you can kind of see the route. So I'm going to do one full loop of the route, and then I'll skip to the end. So as you can see, I don't have anything in my inventory. So let's just go ahead and go to the saved location. And I'll start the timer as soon as like my camel starts running in the other area. So once this purified water starts to be used, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Just because like travel time, it does matter. I'm not gonna say like it doesn't matter. So as you can see, the water's being used, so I start the timer. You can actually like auto path if you want to. So like I'm just gonna take this little shortcut, jump off my camel. So this is like the first altar. You'll have to kill that whole group of mobs for the Aakman. And then just kind of like in passing, this is the Mirage. You don't have to kill these. I just do this just because really the only time you should be at Aakman is whenever you're doing the 300 kills anyways. At least in my opinion. Some people like to farm here. I think it's a terrible farming spot, but it's also probably because I farm it poorly. But like the more kills on Aakman, the better for you in terms of like for a loop. Like here, I should have gone over there, but I'm trying to figure out my controls. And then once you've killed this group, you'll go up these stairs. and then kill all of these. This will be your second Blackrock altar. And then once you've offered, you're pretty much just gonna jump down and go where you started before. You can go over that way just for more kills, but if you're really just here for like the altars or to like farm, you don't need to do that. And then you'll start with this little spawn right here. And then once again, you'll offer to the shrine. So that's pretty much the route. I'm gonna keep doing this, and then once the 10 minutes are up, I will I'll be back over in an oasis, and then we'll look at how many coins we ended up with. Okay, so that's right at 10 minutes. Sorry, I accidentally went a little bit over. Two things. I forgot about the All's Blessed Sands at the very end, but then also I just kind of got distracted wanting to get this last altar. So I went a little bit over, so I'll probably do like 10 minutes and 30 seconds whenever I do the calculations. And then this screen always takes me a long time for some reason whenever I play on PC, but on mobile it's super quick. So I guess I should have paused that, but let's go over to the appraiser. And then this is where I'm at right now. So 34,680. Then I'll show you all the items I got. And then once I do this, I'll just put on screen how many coins I ended up getting. Again, I'm in Armor, so I'm not expecting to get a whole lot of coins. This is this is the lowest difficulty. This is like the worst amount of coins you'll get. So this is what we got. These are from the Blackrock altars, and then these are just from killing. So let's appraise all of them. So not even a lot of coins, but as you can see, this is a really good way to get runes as well. And then the higher difficulty, the better the runes as well. So we ended up with 41,162. So right around like 20k coins for like 10 minutes, give or take. So again, not very good, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is reset this, and then let's go to the next location. So where I'm going to go next is, I'll go ahead and go to my favorite spot over here, just to show you like the spot that I like. So that way I can get like a pretty good direct comparison of how many coins it is. I'm going to go over there, and then I'll show you where I do my save location, just because I haven't saved it yet. So again, when you do this, make sure that you have your Blessed Sands turned on. I recommend just using like normal combat buffs, just because it'll increase the weight that you can carry. So go in here, use your Blessed Sands, and then I'm using my water, so I'll start the timer now. But really where we're looking to be is right around here. So as soon as I get there, I'll add the marker. So this one, it kind of sucks because I don't have my elephant, so the travel time is going to be increased. So honestly, it might not be the best coins per minute, but we'll just kind of look at what we have. I'll show you the route that I take, and let's just kind of see. I haven't actually killed these here in Amur yet, so this will be a first for me. So just turn on auto. While that goes, I will save this location. And normally what you'll want to do is like try to get in a spot where you're going to aggro the violent mobs. Right now my character's just been doing it pretty okay by himself, so I'm not going to bother. So this will be your first one. And as you can see, the coins per kill is pretty similar to the Aakman, but you get a little bit more Edanas just from doing the Blackrock altar. When you come to this spot, aim for this front right corner of the altar. That way you can aggro all of these monsters at once. As you can see, I just did a pretty poor job of that, but that's okay. I'll fix it next time. And then for this next one, I dash through and try to get as close to this violent mob so he attacks you. You'll have to clear this one in 2 waves, so I consider this the front half, and then once we kill the violent, we'll go do the back half. And then because this is a bigger spawn, we should also get more coins from the altar. And then look around this corner of this mountain over here, and then you can just kind of path over to it. And then I come over here on this back corner. That way all the mobs come running to me as well. So as you can tell, I have this spot a little bit more optimized. This one used to be my favorite spot. So for this next one, look at this corner of the mountain and then run straight. And then we're looking for this front corner, or this back corner, and most of the mobs should come to us. And then right here is where you're looking, so this groove up ahead. And what I do is I start with the front or the back mobs first, and then I work my way back towards the Blackrock altar. And again, just try to make sure that you're killing the violent mobs first, just because they normally take the longest to kill. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the 10 minutes and I'll see you at the end. So with this one, I decided to do just this extra mob camp just because, you know, 10:30. I'll probably do all of them at like 10:30 just to try to keep it consistent. So this will be my last offer, and then let's go back. So let's move to the Oasis. And let's see how many coins we ended up with. So back over here in the Oasis, the amount of coins that we have just off the bat is 60,506. So that, just from the looks of it, that was a lot better. But let's see also with the appraisal. So this is what we got. This is how many shrines we offered to. So let's see. So overall, pretty good. Good amount of coins, good amount of runes, and then in total, what we ended up with was 68,741. So again, I'll just put the number for how many we earned on the screen. But let's see what's our next map. So the next one that we'll do is gonna be over here, so the Cadry fighters. So once again, make sure that you have your Owl's Bless Sands activated, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start. So just a quick heads up, I decided to restart the next one I'm doing. That's just because I ended up getting like one of those chests that drop on the floor, so I'm gonna go ahead and show that there's nothing in my inventory. And then this is the starting amount of coins for the next one. So the next one that we're going to be doing is the Cadry Fighters, which I already have a location saved. So let's just go ahead and auto path over there. And then as soon as the water starts being used, I will start the timer. And then as always, make sure you're using your Owl's Bless Sands. And then also make sure that you have enough stamina for this as well. So I have enough for 24 uses, so hopefully that'll be enough. So water started being used, start the timer. So just a heads up, there's a pretty decent amount of good spawns in this area. If you don't like my particular route, you can try something else. Like I just passed a pretty decent one right there. I'm gonna pass this one as well. If you find that you're doing your clear a little bit too fast, you can include that in your route, but I found the monsters are typically just a little too spread out for my liking. But this is where I start, and as you can see, I normally always start at like a big spawn location just so I get more coins, basically. So kill him, we'll grab this, and then the next one's gonna be this spot over here. So use your movement skills. This one's always kind of a weird spot. Not sure if I like it or dislike it, but fairly simple, fairly easy, straightforward. I think that the monsters themselves give a lot of coins, so I ended up actually really liking this spot. Then we'll go up this hill. And what I like to do is like try to stand next to this magic tower first. So I have to go back and kill this other one that I passed. And then I come over to this other one. I stand like right next to it, and it should be close enough for all the furthest monsters to come to you. And then we're gonna go back over here. So again, you can do this spawn over here off to the right if you want to. I choose not to, which I'm actually really messing up my movement skills, but that's pretty much the route. So just do that, and then I'll be back here in at the end of the 10 minutes. All right, so that's right around 10 minutes. I'm gonna do just a tiny bit extra to try to keep it consistent with the other runs. I don't think I'm gonna offer to this Black Rock altar. I'm just gonna collect the kills and then I'll head home. All right, so that's done. Let's go move to the Oasis. Let's stop our timer. So just a quick heads up, while I was doing this, there was another chest drop. It was towards the very end. I did not feel like restarting this again. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and show a screenshot of that on screen. And then what I'll do is I'll deduct that amount from the final total. So let's go over to, let's go to the appraiser. While we're traveling over there, our total amount ended up being 97,439. And then again, I'm gonna deduct the 3,700 or so from that chest. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then I'll show you on screen the totals here in a little bit. And then for appraising, so this is everything that we got. Let's go ahead and appraise. So not the best coins from these items, but I did get a lot more coins from like actually killing the monsters. So we ended up with 103,481 coins. So with that being said, let's go to the next spot. So for the next spot that I wanted to show, it's gonna be these Tanco here in History of Ruins. So I'm just gonna go ahead and auto path over there. And then while that happens, once again, make sure that you have your Owl's Blessed Sands, and then make sure that you have stamina. So I'm gonna take one of these out. I'm gonna use that. And I'm gonna kind of show you my route for Tanco. I don't do Tanco very often. The only reason I say to do this one is for that that seed, which you can use for your treasure item, and that's probably like the best treasure item that there is. So once you're here, I just kind of look this way, and the first group of mobs that I kill is over in this chamber right here. So let's go on auto. And this is more or less where you'll be. So what you can do is just, again, save location. But again, because I don't farm here very often, this is probably gonna be like the worst, the worst example, but then also like I'm gonna get like the lowest coins out of this one most likely. So just kind of keep that in mind. Try to be lenient on me, please. But this route will really like show you like your inexperience or your experience of your knowledge of your character's movements, because it is a lot of moving around. So just a quick heads up for this video, I decided to save the next route for the next video. So Sandstorm Plunderers will be in the next one. So that'll pretty much be like 30k CP and anything beyond. But I just wanted to give you that heads up while this plays in the background. That's pretty much it for all of the farming routes, and honestly I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I should have already shown you all of the math on screen, but again, the routes that I really recommend are gonna be this one over here with the Muiquun soldiers, and then also this one over here with the Cadry fighters. Those are my two favorite routes. But then also for the Tancos, if you want to spend time there for a chance to get that seed, go ahead and do that. It's definitely worthwhile. But God, I hate farming there. It is actually the worst in my opinion. But you can do that on Emir if you want. And then also once you go to Torme, this is a good spot to start. And then just kind of keep an eye out for, okay, what CP do I need to go back to like these other spots that I had before. But yeah, with that being said, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then also, thank you again for the 1,000 subscribers. I just made YouTube partner as well, so super excited for that. And then also sorry about the ads. But with that being said, I hope to see you in the next one. And thanks as always for your support. Thanks, bye.